Here we go.
Jeremy mentioned me visiting my parents.
It's streaming right now.
Yay! Are we live?
So don't ask any more questions if you don't want like the internet to see it. Okay.
What?
I'm just making sure people can see. And we'll do... Okay, yeah. Hey, everyone, tweet about this or retweet the original post. I'm just getting the chat here set up. I apologize if there's clicking. If you guys want, you guys can have your phones on, and then I'll have chat on it as well. Or I'll just... Never mind, just let me handle it.
The puppy is in charge.
Puppy does everything.
Yay!
Yay, puppy!
This stream is already a bad idea. Oh, God.
You weren't helping.
Holiday pies help.
Okay, turn the volume off on this so we don't get feedback, but I'm going to have the chat up.
Oh, look, there are people on.
They can see my hairline in great detail. Lovely.
Puppy
It's
just
not
got
a
out of the
wig.
shower. He's a wet dog. He just got out of the shower.
I'm not that wet. I'm fixing my hair. Jesus.
Hello!
We'll give people a few minutes to get in here.
How does that work?
Everyone can see okay? Christopher's already drinking.
It's so true.
Is someone going to get gagged or muzzled? Maybe.
It's holidays. Maybe. If anyone's going to get gagged or muzzles, it's this one. Oh.
Can everyone see okay? We're going to give everyone a few minutes just to get in here. And we can see that too.
Oh.
We can still see that.
Oh. Fine. Me.
So, we always give people a few minutes to get in here, and then we start the chat. Do you guys all know Eric?
This is Eric. Hi, Eric.
Hello! Christopher.
And the world.
And the world. And puppy.
Yep. Hi from New Jersey.
Oh my God, what's in there?
We were out of ginger beer, so I didn't put any in.
So it's just scotch.
No, it's bourbon.
So everyone, if you're here joining us, make sure you go get a drink, because not only are we funnier, but we're also prettier.
When you drink a lot more.
Oh, can I have a drink?
You don't have a drink?
Here.
I don't have alcohol in
yeah.
mine. I didn't know that we were doing the alcohol
Oh,
thing.
here, have some of mine.
Hey! Sharing is caring. Especially with liquor.
Did everyone have a good Thanksgiving?
Are you expecting them to say something back? Or?
No.
Okay, you're
We're talking.
Hi from the sugar.
Bourbon and ginger is the best. We agree. We do ginger beer because it's a little more. What was the word you used? What'd you say ginger beer was?
It's very spicy.
Spicy. You said it's spicy.
It burns the lips. And then you walk around like this.
It's a little bit laggy.
It's jumping. I'm trying to figure out our stream, like... It was really bad before when I was testing it. It actually isn't too bad now. It's going to go up and down, so I apologize. We're still figuring it out.
Francisco from Mexico is watching.
Do you know Francisco?
No, but hi, Francisco. Hola.
Oh, okay.
You just totally interrupted the puppy.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's
Look
fine. It's
Puppy
fine.
is so pretty. He is. He's my pretty puppy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're just reading the comments.
Yeah, I'm reading the comments. They're not legal to drink, but I'm...
Ooh, I got my wisdom teeth out the day before Thanksgiving, and it was all ice cream for me. I wanted your Thanksgiving.
Ooh, you could have pumpkin pie,
Oh,
too.
okay, maybe having the chat up's a bad idea.
That's a really... No, I love this! I've never had so many friends.
It's true. It's funny because it's...
Alright, one more minute and then we'll start the actual, like, stream content. This is just... What happened?
He said he never had so many friends. I said,
Oh, we've got around 70 or so that are watching at the moment. How many people are watching?
Yay! So many friends.
Oh, almost 100. Almost 100 friends. So everyone, tweet this out real quick. I'm going to tweet it myself. And then
What's Twitter?
You're on Twitter. What do you mean, what's
You're
Twitter?
like Twitter famous now.
Oh.
You should know.
Okay, retweeting, all the things. Here we go. Oh, are you getting notifications?
Yeah, you're tweeting me. Got it. Yeah.
Okay. 3,
Okay.
2, 1.
Hello!
Hello! Welcome back to
What's Safeword?
I'm Amp.
I'm Eric.
I'm Mr. Christopher.
And today,
We're drinking.
what?
We're celebrating family and friends. Because
Oh.
it's Thanksgiving in America.
Means we're drinking.
And what else are we doing, puppy? Take it away.
Today, no, go ahead.
I was just going to say you lost control of the ship, but it's okay. Go.
I'm gonna throw you overboard if you're not careful.
There we go.
Arr.
And the puns are starting.
So today we're gonna just do what we always do, Pinky.
Pinky?
Yeah.
You're the brain.
Yes. And we're going to.
Plan how to take over the world.
There we go.
Yay! I was like, wait, what?
No,
Who's
today.
Pinky? I don't get
Never
it.
mind.
Drink your drink.
It just happened.
Today we're gonna go ahead and start out with just life updates. We'll go into some news. We'll go into some Q&A like we always do, and then also we've got a fun game for later, that's why we have boards. You don't need the board just yet.
What? No,
The board's for later. The board's for later.
Really?
Yes.
What do you mean we have games?
Will I know how to play this game?
It's really simple. We'll get there eventually, though.
Okay.
That wasn't an answer to
But
that
first,
question.
we're gonna talk about what life. How's life?
Life is good.
Life's good?
We had a good Thanksgiving.
Mhm.
We flew to Phoenix to my parents' house for Thanksgiving and had a wonderful day yesterday.
We're currently in Phoenix. We're not in San Francisco, and we're all here just enjoying your family.
Yes, my parents, who are being really nice. My mom may pop in at some point to feed us milk and cookies,
Jesus.
but we'll see.
Is she not bringing any apple cake? I asked her for apple cake.
You made apple cake.
I know. Well, it has Scotch icing on the top.
Which was for me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Great.
Okay, what else is going on?
Well, what's happened this last week in the news cycle? We always try and be current, up to date news events.
We will lose access to the internet mid of December.
Oh,
Yay!
Oh, well, that's what a
Wow,
great
let's
way
start
to
with a
start.
downer.
Well, net neutrality is a thing.
That's next Tuesday, which is not a good thing.
Next Tuesday?
Next Tuesday they're voting on it.
No, they're voting on it on the 14th of December.
Oh, I thought it was next Tuesday.
I think it's the 14th of December. But it's coming up, so
Someone
you got to
look that
pay
up.
attention to net neutrality very badly, because without it, we're no longer having live shows. Ever. Sorry.
Wait, I mean, who knows? Honestly.
Yeah.
Oh, look, Bolt's in the comments.
Hey, Bolt!
Hi, Bolt!
Bolt Bart.
Wait. Bolt's not... What?
He's
Oh,
not
yeah!
here. He's in the comments. Right
I'm
now.
also in the
Bolt Bart.
comments.
So, what do you think of net neutrality, Bolt?
We're listening.
Bolt, speak!
He said hello.
Weird.
So explain net neutrality for anyone who doesn't get what's going on or how it's going to be bad for us.
Anybody who's been following the news, net neutrality is an Obama-era regulation that basically guarantees that the internet is freely accessible and that no internet service provider like Verizon, AT&T, Comcast, or all the other devils that steal all of our money are able to decide which traffic is favorable and or if they want to charge more for you to access something or charge a company to promote traffic to their site. So it's a little bit clustered, but long story short, net neutrality guarantees that access to the internet is neutral and equal basically for everybody. Our fabulous FCC chairman decided that it would be a really good idea to get rid of net neutrality, which would then turn it into a model like they have in Portugal, where you pay $5 a month to access your social media, $5 for your emails, $5 for video streaming, probably never have access to adult content anymore. And then, it's
So they make you they charge you more for adult content, anything gay related. They could slow down.
they could. We don't know what they're going to plan
We're
to
not
do.
sure what's going to happen yet, but what they've essentially told us so far, which is probably the nicest part of all of it, is that they're going to try and segment off different parts of the internet and what you're trying to access by almost like microtransactions in video games. You don't get the entire video game. You have to pay for bits and pieces of it throughout just to access it.
So is there anything we can do at this point to make it not happen?
So there is a big protest coming up around all of the United States on the 7th of December at all the Verizon stores. People will be protesting Verizon in the fight for net neutrality. There is sign-on letters pretty much by all of your representatives and state senators or U.S. senators for representing your state. Kamala Harris has a big petition out there. Adam Schiff has a big petition out there. So pay attention to it. And then obviously you can totally submit comments to the FCC. There's a lot of weird hacked comments going around. Who knows?
Russian bots.
Yeah.
Bots! We don't know. But basically, it's really important that you make your voice known and heard. Because just like AT&T owns some of the TV stations, they could decide that you can only access those, and for everything else you have to pay extra. And
That's not good.
no, because I mean,
Can we leave a link of where people can go to?
I can leave a link. Yeah, there will be a link in the video that posts after this live stream. There will definitely be a link down there.
Okay, cool. So, but let's move on to happier news.
How about Australia?
Yay!
Woo! So
Gay marriage!
Australia.
All of our friends in Australia, congratulations for passing gay marriage.
But also, I'm still sorry because the yes vote for making that legal was they had a 61.6% vote. So that still leaves 38.4% people that voted no. And that's all about 4,873,000 people that voted no for gay marriage in Australia. Which, that's still too close for my own comfort.
Yeah.
well, and
But they had some really big negative attack ads. too.
Yeah,
That were
some
kind
of
of
those
ridiculous.
ads.
Did you see any of those?
Yes, I did. There was one that was like this couple, and it was this guy and this lady, and she was like coming home from her day at work, and her husband was just getting home, and he's like, "Oh, hey, honey, I'm home," and she's crying, and he's just like, "Oh, what's wrong?" And she's like, "Oh, well, they want to pass gay marriage, and then I don't know what's gonna happen to our relationship," like crying into her like stovetop, whatever she was cooking. And so then they are like consoling each other, and then to make it worse, they turn around at the same time, and there's this little girl like with her teddy bear looking at her parents, and she's like, "What's gonna happen to our family if they pass gay marriage?" As if like some kid is up to like date on the news. And it's stupid propaganda and ads like that make 4 million people vote no on that sort of thing.
because hetero people can marry changes the way that we can't have relationships.
That's what
Logic is so weird.
So weird. Yeah, Australia is. I lived there for a couple of years. It's a very conservative country. So getting gay marriage passed was a pretty big milestone for them. So that's amazing.
And congratulations. We're not trying to belittle that.
No,
whatsoever.
that's amazing.
That's great.
Also, you have to think about that. Lots of people actually didn't participate in the vote at all, which was kind of
Oh.
like, we don't actually care.
Right, so they didn't.
That
didn't
it's
affect
going
them.
to
So did that
pass.
automatically count as a no?
No.
No,
Oh,
but it
okay.
didn't.
But I'm
count as
pretty
a
sure
no
Australia has
Okay.
more people than 12 million.
Sure. The
Yeah.
one that
So-
12 million was all that voted.
Yeah, exactly. So, because I think it was a post vote. I think they wrote in or something. But anyways, congratulations, Australia. You're definitely doing better than us over here in the United States right now. Oh.
Well, you just love bringing it back down,
Yeah.
don't you?
Yeah, let's talk about child molesters.
No.
Oh my god, that's not any
Let's
better.
Oh. We don't need to talk about them. They're widely accepted nowadays.
I mean, let's quickly talk about consent, because in the news right now, it seems to be that no one understands what consent is, at least from the higher-ups in Hollywood, people that are backing people like more and saying that all of that's fine. It's sad that we should have to have that kind of conversation, personally.
So, how does consent work?
Didn't we do a whole episode on
Yeah, like, what is this?
So that's non-consensual, so stop the poking.
So the way that would work is, hey, Christopher, can I poke you?
No.
And then you can't do it.
Weren't you
See how
poking
that
him the
works?
other night, though, even
Yeah,
though you said not
non-consensual,
to?
yes. Didn't you keep doing that? Should I sue you?
No.
Another big thing, we were just at MIR, and they had that one poster that said, wearing latex does not equal consent for touching, or what was it?
Or pictures.
Or
yeah,
pictures,
no, it was
yeah.
what was it? Gear is not consent or something. It was really
Yeah,
simple,
gear is
just
not
wording,
consent.
but at the same time, there's still people that were taking pictures of other people that weren't.
Sure, but it
consenting
was the
and-
first event I saw them publicly acknowledge that this is a problem because, when you go out wearing, you do it all the time, puppy chaps, with your ass hanging out, and people just think they can slap it or touch it. Just because you're wearing that doesn't mean you can touch it, or, yeah, so.
Like, consent is like tea, says Karis. There's actually a really good video.
Oh, yes.
That equates tea to consent, or like fucking.
Like
Or
tea
making a cup of tea to consent. So, like, you go and ask someone and you say, hey, would you like a cup of tea? If they say, then they maybe want a cup of tea, maybe don't. So you can make one, but if they don't drink it, don't be upset that they don't drink it. If they say yes, it means yes, they want one. And if they say no, it means no, they don't want one.
I'm so confused, because didn't you just teach me a cup of tea meant throwing shade at somebody?
You're
No.
you're creating parallels that don't exist.
No tea, no shade.
Yeah.
Different story.
What's that?
Nope, that's different. Nope.
That's
No,
a
the
drag
puppy
thing.
just taught me this.
That's a drag thing, not a sex thing.
Yeah, that's a drag thing.
Ah,
That's not a cup of tea thing.
and the more you know.
Yep. Moving on. Ooh, quick, give us a topic.
About
Chris is lost.
Tea.
about tea.
No.
I like
any
more
topic.
of an oolong or a green tea. But this conversation's getting a little too steep for my own personal preferences. So let's move on to the next topic.
Which is?
I made apple cake. It was very good.
That's not the next
Not
topic.
a topic.
Oh,
No.
I thought that was your mom's keyword.
But it was good. No. The safe word we had it where my parents, if things got too political at the table, we had a safe word, and it was caca! Caca!
Bubby, you do it.
No, I'm good.
Caca! Caca!
Oh my god.
And then we would know instantly to stop talking about that topic because someone's getting uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's something important to talk about, though, is just the holidays and Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah, especially politics, because that's always a big topic around the Thanksgiving table. And you're probably at home visiting your parents and feeling kind of isolated and alone because they may not share the same views as you do. So how do you deal with that?
Bye, you just leave.
No.
You should have
Come
not
back
brought
with
me to
alcohol.
Thanksgiving because all I talk about is politics.
Thankfully, I have a very liberal family, so that was not an issue. But lots of people have conservative families, so it is a much bigger issue. And so what do you do? Do you choose not to talk about politics, or do you take that as the time to correct people, or how do you argue without being offensive?
I'm more of the mindset because I do have family that did vote for Trump. I made it very known that I wasn't coming home last year for Thanksgiving. I didn't tell them that I couldn't make it, but I made that part of the reason I wasn't coming home.
Like, so I'm not coming home, you voted for Trump. Bye.
Well, I made it very clear that a lot of people in our family were not okay with the choices that they made politically, and that it made us feel
Uncomfortable.
very uncomfortable.
Alienated.
As if they didn't respect us, they didn't think that we had, should be getting equal rights, that all people should be getting equal rights.
Right.
And that seemed to make enough of an effect that they didn't even talk about politics that year, which is a huge step for my family because, like any family, people have opinions and they make them very well known at family gatherings like that. And so it's gotten better with those family members who decided to choose that decision.
And every family is different, and you're going to know your family way better than we do. So, like, I have liberal parents. I think your parents are pretty liberal.
Yeah.
They're German.
My parents
Most
are
of my
East
family's
German
pretty
communists,
liberal.
basically.
Most of my family's pretty liberal, but we have our...
Well, I think
snowflakes.
I think that actually brings up a good point. Is for those of us that don't have family to go home to because we just don't connect with our family at all anymore. So what I really like is I see a lot of pictures on Facebook from my friends that are hosting sort of orphan Thanksgivings dinners, and basically they all come together as like a group of friends, and they do Thanksgiving together, so they don't have to be surrounded by it.
I
So.
think lots of people actually choose their families during the holidays as well, and those can even be bigger, stronger connections than your own life and blood families sometimes.
Yeah, like it's a type of like Friendsgiving is what.
Yeah,
Friendsgiving!
Friendsgiving, exactly. Cheers.
I think that it's nicer that way though when you actually have to choose the family that you spend the holidays with.
That way you know.
Oh my God!
I'm
I don't have a family tree. I have a family cactus full of pricks.
Nice.
I love you, Paul. Good name, by the way. What?
Sounds like Paul needs to weed the garden.
Oh, God.
Or just leave his family alone.
Okay.
Oh, God. Oh, leave. I got it. Leave. Oh,
Thank you for planting that one, Paul.
Jesus, rescue me. Apple cake. Caca. Caca. What?
I didn't say anything. So we've been live for about 20 minutes now. Now's where we generally will go into like some Q&A and just discussions with people in chat.
Okay.
So if you have any questions for us, I have chat here in front of me. I can just make up really bad questions for you guys.
Nick says stop the puns. I agree with you, Nick.
That's not a question, Nick. Don't make me. Don't make me. I will block you. I will ban you. Ban hammer. I'll have here's a question for you guys. What was your favorite thing from Thanksgiving last night? What was your favorite dish?
Oh, dish.
Mm-hmm.
Food-wise?
Mm-hmm.
I liked my mom's stuffing. She puts like a Polish sausage in it, and it's really good. That's my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
What was yours?
I liked all the tea that was being dished out. Haha!
Wait. Tea as in shade, or is
Yeah.
tea?
No, actually, so I liked all the food, but so since this is my first like family-ish Thanksgiving.
Eric's from Germany, so
Hello?
he doesn't have these traditions.
No, we only have sausages. Anyways, so I really like the tradition of going around the table and saying things, and I thought that was really cute and pretty, and everybody was really kind, and obviously everybody was really liberal too, so there was lots of like, I can't say anything because I'll cry, but also really positive and hopeful, and
yes,
and then we all fell into a food coma.
Yeah, which is a Thanksgiving thing. So welcome to America.
Yeah, America, where turkey is the best thing ever.
Divyesh asks, does Amp ever wear anything other than tank tops?
We just had this conversation because I was wearing the shirt he wanted to wear.
Because they both owned like the same shirts, the 5 shirts from like Mr. S.
Wardrobe, yes. So, yes, he does once in a while, but I don't encourage it.
A Bolt said no. And Bolt, I'm sorry, you're the one to talk.
Yeah, Bolt. You shouldn't even wear shirts.
No, he doesn't wear shirts. He only wears tank tops.
Everybody
If
likes
anything.
Everybody likes a good top. I thought that was really funny.
Wasn't it fun?
Oh, no.
Shelby asks, how many puns does Amp make on a daily average?
At least 10 to 15.
Wait, so there's 24 hours in the day,
There is.
60 minutes an hour.
Oh, Jesus
So, I mean,
Christ.
you can just multiply it, and that's sort of how they happen.
My mom actually, this morning when I was over coffee, she's like, your pup's pretty funny. She's like, he says it out of the corner of his mouth, but he makes some comments that are pretty funny. I'm like, yeah, he's pretty witty.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Oh, look, Tally pulled out the German.
Oh.
Tally just apologized for the President of the United States.
In German?
Ja.
Can you say that?
Hallo, tut mir leid über unseren Präsidenten.
Ah.
Impressive.
Thanks, Sally.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Well done.
When you were...
Shelby asks... Oh, wait, no, Shelby asked that pun. Hitchhiker Hobbit asks, any kink novels or author recommendations? And I've given a few of mine before on the show, but what about you guys?
Kink author. I like anything Race Bannon has written. He's a really good writer, especially on kink topics, and also on polyamory. He does a lot of good writing. He writes for the BAR as well. So look up Race Bannon, not the cartoon, but
Okay.
Good grief. I'm really into a queer author called Jiz Lee. Jiz, last name Lee. And she does a lot of writing about what it means to be a sex worker and how sex workers are treated in the general public.
Okay.
And I think that reading those stories actually teaches you a lot about how we deal with sexuality in our society and sex work. So I think that's a really cool... There's a lot of really, really good reads in there. There's a lot of collection of essays from different sex workers, from adult performers to escorts and all sorts of stuff. So that's what I really get into right now, because it's also it's a lot of political conversation around decriminalization of sex work.
Got it. Okay.
And we're getting comments about the lag.
What's yours?
I've given lots of recommendations. ABCs of LGBT. I just got Doing It by Hannah Wheaton. She's overseas. She's a sex educator here online as well. I think her channel is just Hannah Witton or Whitton here on YouTube. Yeah, she does a lot of female sex education, but she does just a lot of regular, normal sex education and sex positive kind of content. But she has a book called Doing It that's doing really well. I have not read it yet, but I am excited to read it. And
there's a question about good books and websites for learning how to do ropes.
There's not a whole lot of them. Midori does. It has put out a couple.
Mm-hmm.
There's that one that we have at work, Learning the Ropes, but I think your better places of finding rope bondage now is on YouTube, because you can see it visually in video form than just seeing the knot on a picture.
However, who knows how long that'll last?
Yeah, if they take away net neutrality.
We already, and we talk about this far too much, is we already get demonetized and flagged and censored. And
the second you put it up.
This live stream was censored before it even went live. So
how? Based on
really?
what?
It said it was demonetized. I don't know. I was setting it up and it said that it was demonetized.
That's so weird. Well, and also demonetization. Tell me this. So demonetization is not just about actually being able to sort of recoup some of the cost of what you do, but it's also about the way that it's promoted within the YouTube network. So actually lets less people become aware of the content that you make.
Yeah, they're not going to push forward content that doesn't make them money. So they don't promote things in the sidebars. They don't push it into recommended. They don't. Apparently, it changes how it's viewed as well within people's subscription boxes, but that's harder to prove. There's just been some screenshots from people that have very algorithmic friendly channels, and the second that something gets demonetized or gets dinged or whatnot, it appears that it's being censored heavily.
So there's another thing you can do is reach out to YouTube and tell them to stop censoring LGBTQIA and sexual health content, because I think that that's really frightening.
It is, but what are we going to do? We don't have enough people. We don't have enough numbers. There's no backing. There's nowhere else to go. So there's just nothing YouTube needs to do. I feel like we talk about this every time, but
sorry. I feel like I'm the downer.
You're not the downer.
Eric Downer. Wah, wah.
Wah, wah. Next topic. I like my new Safeword.
Oxford asks, "What the fuck is wild BDSM?"
The fuck is what?
What?
Wild BDSM? I don't know.
We don't know what that is.
Is that a pun? I'm not.
Should we Google that?
Where is it? Maybe it's German again.
I don't know. Eric, I'm supposed to be learning German right now. Can you teach me? Asks Brenna.
Oh boy. No, so the reason why I left Germany is because German is very, very complicated and English is a lot easier, so I'm a terrible German teacher. But, sure.
Oh, who's that hottie in the
Chestnut asks, who's that hottie in the middle?
middle? Who's that hottie in the middle?
My name is Eric.
Oh my god. Okay. You're probably killing the audio every time you do that.
Oh, sorry.
Is that better?
You're foul.
Yeah, no, we knew that. All right. Anything else?
I don't know. There's not too many questions. People are just chatting, which is
What
totally fine.
What are the questions?
What type of gags do you like using on... Oh, it's scrolled away. On your...
Are you saving the stream so we can avoid video lag when we watch later? Yes, right?
What's that?
Are you saving the stream so we can make a video?
It should be, yeah. I usually it's not that bad, so I do apologize if the stream's really, really awful. We were testing it for a bit and it seemed to be working, and now it's a little slow. So I will see what I can do with that after the fact. That is really awful, though. Sorry about that, guys.
Ooh, Kasten is super sweet. She's just said, even if you think you don't have the numbers, you have allies willing to help, guys.
Aww.
I thank you.
So,
and I think that's very true.
We'll come up with a plan.
We're working on it. We are working on it. Here's a question. Oh, well, that's a sad question.
Oh,
Aww.
Dolly, I'm sorry to hear that. Stay with us and you'll be happier.
Andrew asks, how do you decide on topics for What's the Safe Word?
The puppy dictates them.
I don't dictate. I make sure that they're topical. Or that it's not something we've already done. You'd be surprised how many times someone comes to us and is like, you should do a video on this or water sports. And we're like, but we did already.
We actually, you have a long list of topics that we want to cover, and then once in a while something will just come up and I'll be like, oh, that's a great topic, we should do that, and then I give it to the puppy and he says write out an outline, and then I wait a couple of weeks and I never do it, and then he does it for me. That's about how it works.
Oh my god. Okay, rapid fire. What's your favorite gags to use?
Ball.
Okay. What are your favorite books about puppies and pup play? That's another question.
There's not a lot of books for puppy play out there. I know there are some newer ones coming out. I do like Woof, the art or the background to human puppy play. It's a very old book. It does a good job. There was a lot of typos in it though.
What's dictate?
It's a pun.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dictate.
Is there any plan to do a video about kink and disability?
Yes,
that's
absolutely.
a good one.
It's a really important topic. It's a matter of finding someone who's comfortable enough to sit down and be open about that sort of stuff.
Sure.
And I've been looking for a bit, and I just had a hard time finding someone who's comfortable enough to come and sit in front of a camera and really talk about it. Because I don't want to put someone on camera if they're not comfortable and they don't feel ready to speak on that openly and publicly. And also it's just not polite. Whose phone is still on?
Are you going to be doing 12 Days of Christmas again? That's a good question. Ooh, that was a lot of work last year.
That was a whole lot of work. So last year we had the 12 Days of Christmas, which was essentially just 12 straight days of people on camera. I work a full-time job now, and producing weekly stuff is hard enough, so I probably won't be. I don't have the kind of time frame or bandwidth, and I doubt that Bolt does either. He's in the comments. I'm sure he can let you know.
Any tips on how to manage anxiety in BDSM?
Anxiety.
Yeah.
So anxiety about engaging in BDSM or anxiety during a BDSM
Ask
scene?
Devin.
Okay, but I can't because Devin's not going to answer it right away. But so if it was anxiety during a scene, I would say to stop the scene and.
But what if they're anxious and they don't know how to voice that?
Okay, so anxiety before the scene, you would talk about it.
Okay.
Anxiety during the scene, if you are aware that the anxiety is happening, I would stop the scene to talk about it. I think that's all trust. That's a complicated question.
I think it's how to manage anxiety in BDSM. I think it has a lot to do with, am I doing this right? Am I reacting right? Do I look good? Or do I feel comfortable with how I probably look for my partner right now while I'm not controlling it, etc. So I think it's all about having a good connection with the person that you're playing with and really being clear about what you like and what you don't like. And also communicating when something is giving you anxiety, I don't feel comfortable doing this right now, and then being able to talk through why that is, because I think we're all much more self-critical of ourselves than our partners are oftentimes critical of us. So I would echo that it's all about good communication.
Wow, that is a good answer.
You're welcome.
You need a channel.
No, I need more bourbon.
Uh-oh. Mom.
Apple cake. Sorry.
Eric is dry.
Speaking of communication.
Yes.
And what?
Oh my god. No, I think that was a great answer, Eric.
It was.
What you said.
Thanks, Dad.
Bolt said there was no way they're doing the 12 days.
I saw that.
Where to draw the line? How do you know where to draw the line between domination and just plain abuse? Had a bad dom relationship. I'm luckily out of it now.
Again, that's communication and negotiation with each other.
But also knowing what... Well, that's hard for someone to gauge, though, if they don't know what good domination means.
Sure.
I would say don't jump on the first dick just because... And whether they have a dick or not, don't jump on the first person just because they're making you excited and horny. You should be able to talk about everything that you want to do or you're going to do with someone, and there shouldn't be a ton of judgment there. There shouldn't be any red flags. If you're ever unsure of what someone is up to or how you feel about someone, you should absolutely wait.
Danson Peter said, would love to see you do advanced videos on topics. There are so many 101 videos that always seem to preface with, this is just covering the basics, but then so we need to do a lot more part 2 videos.
Sure, but we weren't done with the question.
We weren't done with that.
Oh, I'm sorry, I got distracted.
Where's your drink? I think
probably won't help.
Over there.
Sorry.
Did you have one of those?
Are you still talking, puppy?
Yes. I was.
When his mouth is moving,
it's all
and
good
there's
though.
sound.
It's good though.
God.
I think that I answered that question already, I guess. To answer the question that you were just asking, the 102 videos, sometimes there's just not enough content to do a part 2 to a kink video. If there is, we'll do it. Like polyamory, for instance, we want to do a second
doing 2 or 3.
Or 3, apparently. But stuff like water sports, you can only talk about water sports so easily to make a second episode, I feel. Obviously, if there's changing or fluctuation within the community on the topic, we would do a follow-up. But what do you guys think?
I think a lot of it is how you built your own kink and how you built your experience. So you can only teach what you experienced, I guess. So it's like playing with rope. If you know a couple basic knots and how rope works, sort of just the basic, then it's just about trying it and doing it. It's a little bit like cooking or making a cake. Like you change the recipe a little bit every time. So I think it's more about being creative and joyous about what you're doing.
That's true, because we did, especially with knot tying, we did the overall basics, and then we do a tie every 3 or 4 weeks, so those would be 102, 103, 104 different ties. But I think he's also talking about doing more advanced play and going into the nuances of that, which we should cover.
Within reason, though, because there is some things, I mean, we already talk about things that are considered taboo. There are some things that I still wouldn't be comfortable talking about because I feel that people could easily hurt themselves.
Sure, you
like,
don't want to be liable.
Suspension, for instance. Yeah. People have asked us over and over again to do a suspension video. I don't have the basics and the knowledge in that to feel comfortable enough to suspend someone. And B, I don't think there is an easy way to teach that online without actually giving someone a hands-on tutorial.
Doing it
wrong I have a question for you both. Do you still do live classes sometimes?
Live classes. We've
live
never
classes.
done a live class.
You've done live classes or live classes?
Like live, like in person.
On YouTube?
No, in person class.
Oh, sure. Well, we did one at Claw last year, and they've asked us to do another one this year. I need to talk to you about that.
Oh.
And thanks for the reminder.
You're welcome.
I do LDG. We still do live classes.
So I guess one of the ways to look at how to learn advanced practices or something, or something that's more complicated, that is more difficult to convey over video, is if you're able to go into 10th grade events like CLAW or MAL or MIR, where they do have lots of really in-depth classes, and you have the teacher right in front of you and can say, hey, could you show me this like right now, right in front of me, which probably helps with that too.
Yeah, sure. And if you're ever in San Francisco, we have... So I assume that there are plenty of different groups and groups in other cities that do classes like that. Black Boots is in Colorado. When I was in Colorado, they held a class. San Francisco has LDG, which is Leatherman's Discussion Group.
Don't ask me about LA.
No,
SEBB in Atlanta. Black Panthers. New York has New York City Bondage Club. I'm sure they have other clubs as well.
LA has Avatar, which is one of the
Last
oldest...
Airbender?
Ooh, I like that movie a lot. Wait, what?
No, movie. God, no.
No, I mean Avatar is the what? Avatar is a BDSM leather club in Los Angeles that has been teaching kink for I think as long as 30, 40 years. So they're really, really good. And then there's other groups like the Los Angeles Band of Brothers and other things. But it's also like if you see someone out in public and they're doing something with rope, maybe in a bar or something that you like, when they're done with playing, maybe you could walk over to them and be like, hey, quick question. How did you do that? And if it's not in your comfort zone, then, just wait around a little bit. Usually people will notice when people are really, really interested and come up to you by themselves too. There was another... We talked through so many questions.
It's fine, and that's what happens in live streams. Keely has a good question at the moment, though. Keely asks, how do you suggest going about telling a partner that you don't want sex included in a scene? My partner thinks that every scene needs to end in sex, and it's just making it more work than fun.
Sure. And when you say sex, are you saying... So I agree with that. I always like to bring a sexual element into a scene because that's why we're doing the scene, even if it's impact play or something. But lots of times I don't feel like coming or climaxing, and neither does the partner. They've gotten enough from the scene that they don't need that final release. Is that what they're talking about? Or
It sounds like the partner is hung up on sex always has to be a part of,
like penetrative
like ejaculation
sex.
has to be a part
Right.
of.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Kink.
I don't. There's lots of times I finish the scene and nobody's climaxed and everyone's happy. So I get talk, communicate.
I also think there's lots of kink things that just don't require actual intercourse to be part of it in order to build. So a lot of the play that I engage in has to do with a lot of good connection, and that's where I derive my pleasure from with my partner or not. So just like impact play, or usually after impact play, also you're so tired that it's kind of like, oh no, I can't do anything else.
Yeah, and you're
right now I just want to
a
like
whole nother level, and you're floating, and you're euphoric. So I don't think penetrative sex or climaxing is always the objective.
So how
sexual.
how you tell that to your partner is basically to say, you know, this, like, that's not the headspace that I'm in. That's not what I want to do.
I just say I'm happy not having sex tonight. Just spank me.
Well, no, but they want to have kink in the bedroom. They just don't want to. They don't need to ejaculate. Is what it sounds like.
Right. That's what I just said. I don't need to come.
Some
tonight,
people
just spank
equate
me.
kink to sex, though. You said you didn't want to have sex tonight, and some people might communicate.
Yeah.
Communicate.
We're saying the same thing.
Caca. Next topic. I love this. I'm going to use this in the office. There's a phone call for you. Caca. Sorry. What?
Nothing. Nothing.
Any pup events around Phoenix? There has to be.
Is there a Phoenix paw group? I want to say there's a.
I can Google
an
it.
Arizona
Google
paw
it.
or something.
Google's a great tool. I'm
Until
sure
net neutrality is
it has
gone.
to be there.
Well,
You can find events and stuff on a website. FetLife. Yes, FetLife's a good place to go.
I don't know that FetLife's a great place for gay men, though. I do feel FetLife is a bit more straight sometimes.
For pup things, not gay things.
Sure.
There is a group called APAW, which is Arizona Pups and Handlers.
There you go.
There you go.
It's www.a-pah.org.
Is that today's sponsor?
Don't say that.
I'm like, hello. And they actually have an event tonight, tomorrow night at 10 p.m. with the Phoenix Boys of Leather Gear night at... I can't read that. It's on their website. You're welcome. Sorry, I'm blonde. Very challenged. Whew. I feel like I'm in school. So many questions. And this is not multiple choice. It's very hard.
Well, I do have some questions.
Oh. Are we playing a game yet?
Yeah, we're playing a game now.
Oh boy.
That was a lot of questions, so hopefully you guys
Germans
get them on.
don't play games.
If you have any other questions, though, you can tweet them at us. They'll be in the links down below. Eric has a Twitter. He tweets sometimes.
I don't like Twitter. I don't understand Twitter.
Well, it's just...
It's not...
280 words.
280 words.
Yeah,
Characters.
Characters.
God.
Because we needed to say more.
We did. Trump didn't. Sorry.
Bringing it back around. No, today...
We're going to do a new drinking game. Every time we do caca, you drink.
No, they're going to die.
Yeah, they're going to die.
No, here. Now get your whiteboards.
Oh.
Hey! Does this mean you're giving mine back to me?
Hey!
Okay. So.
Okay.
So, people in the comments here, we're going to play a game. I don't know if it has a name. I know that people have played it before, though. Who is more likely to?
Oh.
So, you can do between the three of us, since I'm here as well. But I have some questions here. And I'll be taking questions from chat, so leave them in the chat as well. But it's going to be questions that are who is more likely to, or there might be some number questions.
Of the three of us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You know that Christopher is bad with numbers. That's not... He's bound to lose.
Why numbers?
Why are you counting them out so quickly?
Yeah. Ooh, you're dead. This isn't going well for you at all. Oops.
Well, it's okay. Richard says, this is a safe space, Eric. You can say whatever you want.
About the orange Cheetos.
Yeah, well, I wasn't going to say that part, but...
Thanks, Richard. Much appreciated.
So, I will be asking some of the questions you guys leave down below, but to start us off, who is more likely to say their safe word?
Between
in a
us three?
scene?
Uh-huh.
So wait, so are we writing
Yeah,
down...
you're writing down.
Wait, but what are you writing down?
I'm not writing anything. This is your game. I'm reading the questions. You can't just write me every time, though. Now they're going to write me every time.
I wrote mine down.
3, 2, 1. Oh!
Whoa. Oh, really? Do tops get safe words?
Ponies do.
Oh. What do you think you're going to go there? Okay, who's next?
Okay.
Wipe it on your jeans.
Who takes longer to get dressed in the morning?
Oh, God.
Ready, go.
Wait, does that include the bathroom?
Get dressed or take showers?
Get dressed. I said get dressed.
Can we say take showers?
No, get dressed.
Okay.
Does get dressed include showers and
Shoes
bathroom?
all the way out
Oh
the
my
door?
god, this game shouldn't be this complicated. Get dressed.
From out of bed to out the door?
Get dressed.
3, 2, 1. I win. I should have not
Are you
even
just
marked.
writing my name every time?
I should just not erase this. Wait, why? Why do I get?
Because I included making hair into getting dressed. So you... I wouldn't know this anyways, though. But anyways. Alright, next question. What?
Okay,
This is a fun game.
fine, whatever.
Let's see. Who would last the longest in chastity?
Ooh, do we get a point?
Yeah, well, apparently there's points now, yeah.
Points.
I turned mine around first. Did I get more points?
Oh, no.
Oh.
Is it a race? Oh, okay.
Fine.
Well, at least we agree on something.
Caca!
Okay.
Alright, I got it.
Okay, so now, what is the other person's safe word? What is the other person's safe word? What do you think it is? Write it down.
That's
Of the
so-
two of us?
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna say caca.
Stop reading mine.
This is Ant's safe word.
Oh
That's
my
not my
god,
safe
you're
word.
terrible.
Palomino? No, that's from Saturday Night Live.
Is that caca? I knew
Yeah, of course I wrote caca down. I don't know.
it. Okay.
Who's the more dominant person?
Oh my god, you
Oh.
wrote all of these
Of the
knowing
three of us?
you would only
Yeah.
give us two a whiteboard.
Yeah.
You wrote all those questions.
But I figured you guys...
Why don't you write this down? Fine.
Who's the most dominant?
Yeah.
Should I show?
Sure.
Everyone thinks
I'll
he's not
take it.
controlling
I'll take that.
everything,
I'll
but
take
he
that.
is. He really
That's
controls.
fine.
Anybody who's ever had a puppy knows the puppy is
The
in
puppy
charge.
totally in charge.
I want to do this now. Now I don't want to do that.
I don't...
And I'll always go, why are you arguing with the puppy?
I would never argue with the puppy.
Okay, how about who is more likely to post an accidental nude on Facebook?
Oh God, me. I mean,
That's not...
but that thing comes up every time, and it's just my. Who's that? Oh,
It's an arrow.
It's an arrow. Good job. Who's that?
Well, it looks like an E. I thought you did your signature in cursive.
If I had $1 for every time you butt dialed me,
Oh my God! And then it's really dangerous
Or-
because you open Facebook and it's just like the last 3 pictures you took. If you hit a button or put it in your pocket,
Like
they're
when you
gone.
sent your mom videos?
You called me from the airport once and told me that there was a Tumblr picture on my Facebook.
yeah. You
And it had been up there
posted
for
it to
several
Facebook.
hours.
For like 6 hours.
I almost
Um,
accidentally sent my mother porn last week too.
We talked about that over Thanksgiving. It was rather enthusiastic.
JP feels like you guys aren't taking this game seriously.
We very much
we
are.
Who's taking this game more seriously? Yeah, probably. That's probably true. Yeah, I think so.
Where can we send questions for this game? Oh, I think in the comments.
Send them here in the comments. I haven't seen any, except for...
Oh, whose parents are more annoying? Ooh, we missed that one. That. Oh, you didn't want to ask that?
Yeah, it's called... Well, whose parents are more annoying? Ready to go.
I don't know both of your parents yet. No, I'm not. And
now you know that question. Now you know it.
That was a weird question. That's right.
Well, why did you ask it then?
Because I always say
this
things
is live.
before I think.
People can see this.
They can see the comments.
Wait,
too.
people are watching this?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Like how?
Like the internet. That's
the internet.
You just showed me a written note.
Well,
whatever. I was trying to be funny.
Okay,
what is the other person's biggest pet peeve?
Oh, the three of us?
Of each other, because I know yours.
Pet peeve. Wait, I'm German, so do explain what a pet peeve is.
Oh. So the thing that's the most annoying to them. So what's the most annoying
something
thing?
that you find the most annoying?
What Christopher finds the most annoying.
Oh. What did you write down?
No, this is his pet peeve, not your pet peeve.
Of him.
That's not how pet peeves work.
Whatever annoys you the most, or what you think annoys me the most. I'm writing all three of you down. All two of you, plus myself.
Oh wait, it's not my own pet peeve?
That's what I just
said.
It's
his pet peeve?
Yes, that's what I said.
I'm so not... You don't explain them well.
No, you're not listening. Sorry. Next question.
I know. I have more of my pet peeves right now.
Lots of pet peeves over there.
I know.
What's Chris's biggest pet peeve?
Oh, is that true?
Mm.
Really?
Hates it.
Oh my god, what are you writing?
I'm writing one for everyone.
Oh my god. So what is your pet peeve, Eric?
Chewing gum.
Oh! Points!
And Christopher, what's yours?
Not
having coffee.
Not having coffee or oatmeal in the morning.
And what's mine?
Grumpy Daddy.
Probably.
I wanted to write angry, but then I couldn't spell it.
You couldn't spell angry?
Hangry.
Hangry. Hangry.
Who's most likely to get tangled up in their own rope bondage?
Oh God, me.
You guys don't know this game.
I don't even need to write that down. Everybody knows this.
Arrow's not even...
I've been answering with arrows the whole time. It's very good. Ooh. Who's the most likely to be a drag queen?
I feel like...
You?
Oh,
yeah.
Really?
With that beard?
I mean, glitter.
You can have bearded drag queens.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
There was another funny one. Wait, hold on. Oh no, it scrolled down.
It does that. Who snores the loudest?
Oh God. Really? Well, last night it was you.
Let me give you an interpretation.
Fine, Daddy snores. I'll own it. Fine.
Also, who steals the most pillows?
I like a pillow fortress.
Yes. Nobody else needs pillows. Only Christopher does.
I feel like these are all leaned against me.
No.
No.
The next question. Who's the most hangry?
Right now? Right now? This game is stacked against me.
It's just all the time.
This is... fine, it's me.
Here.
Whoa, that's a lot of arrows.
Just making that one
that
very
one
clear.
time.
That one time in the last 5 minutes, plus the 600 times in the last minutes?
Fine.
Who enjoys Schadenfreude the most? Wait, I think Puppy needs to answer a couple of questions.
Yes.
I think you both need to.
Oh, okay.
Sure. Okay. What's the question?
Oh, I don't know. I'm reading them out.
Well, you can't take charge.
Who enjoys Schadenfreude the most?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, well, that's your problem.
No, that's not how. You're not very good at this.
Fine. What's your favorite superhero? Write it down.
That's not how.
That's not how the question works. Damn it. Okay. Who would most likely ask for directions from a muggle in full gear?
What's a muggle?
Oh God, a muggle is a non-magical person. It's also a name for like a non-fetish person. Whatever. So who would most likely... Fine. This is not working.
So if I don't know what a muggle is, would I be able to ask?
Censor questions? What do you mean?
You don't just say everything you say, although you say everything you see, so that's a personal problem, though.
Wow.
Okay, so who spends the most time in the gym?
Actually, right now.
Write that down.
Yes.
But only,
Yep,
only
okay, good.
Not that much, though.
Lately, I've
Who
not been
is...
right.
Oh, this is a funny one. Who's more anal about fingernails?
I don't usually put
That's a
fingernails on
total
my
fun
butt.
For
question.
anal or
I don't know.
for-
Don't answer the question with end questions. I think they're both true. So we'll go with those.
I need paper towel.
Who gets... Oh, wipe them on my pants.
No.
Who gets recognized in public the most?
Oh, God. Well, it depends on as themselves or as Amp's daddy. Because I get recognized as Amp's daddy.
That still counts
No.
as amp being recognized.
Oh, please.
Totally. We're totally good.
So I actually think it's me.
That's why everyone keeps asking, who is the guy in the middle? Where'd he
Because
come
they're
from?
recognizing that I'm here.
Duh. No.
Who
is
has the most fetish gear?
Oh, that's an easy answer.
I was writing my name out.
What?
But that's because I'm the
You made a
oldest.
little symbol. That's cute. All right.
Oh, me.
That's because I'm the oldest and been around a lot longer. That's why.
Oh.
And I like
Ow! Don't hit me.
Come on. What's the next question? You want to take
Sweden
charge?
calls Germany its sister country, so hi sister. That's not a question, but hi. Who has the highest IQ?
Oh, that's tough.
Well, that's a mean question.
Why is that a mean question?
Because that's like throwing someone else under the bus.
I'm okay not being the smartest person in the room.
Oh.
Suck up.
No, you both are pretty. I noticed that at Thanksgiving dinner, you took on my dad, who's got a doctorate and smart and like.
Are you saying
does
just because
brain
I only have a high
science.
school diploma, I'm not smart? Can I have your drink?
But no, I was like sitting there going, both of these guys are so freaking smart that you're putting me to shame. So I don't even know what a muggle is.
Well, you don't
we've
like
explained
Harry
it so
Potter.
many times.
We've told you many times.
Who is most likely to get a speeding ticket?
Ha!
It's a really easy question.
That's so. Who's the only one with a motorcycle? And who's the most impatient in traffic?
I feel cornered right now.
Who's usually moving at 100 miles a minute?
Exactly.
Who can be the most? No, I'm not asking that one.
Who's the worst morning person?
Oh, that's easy. I want that board.
I feel like it's Eric.
Really? I think all roads.
I am a
lead to-
delight after my coffee.
After your coffee or oatmeal and having spent an hour on your computer without communicating with any other person anywhere close to you within 100 yards.
Well, this game has
have-
been really fun. Time to move on to the closing piece, where you guys both get in a big fight, apparently.
Don't drink.
I love how people keep asking who's most hyper.
I think that's pretty
I
obvious.
think it's obvious. I don't think anyone needs to answer to that.
That was a good throw.
Did you rip the magnets off?
Yeah. You should see what I do to a beer bottle.
Oh my god. Who's the most, like...
Who's the most
Stop
fidgety?
chewing on things.
This is not hay.
Okay, so what's next?
Well, it's been about an hour, and we usually keep these from an hour to an hour and a half.
Sure.
This is the closing part where we usually just talk more to chat, answer any questions. Bolt seems to miss himself the most, which sounds like a personal issue, really.
Aw, Bolt, we miss you too.
Bolt, there's this great feature on the iPhone. You can put it on camera and then pretend to be taking a selfie, and then you can look at yourself. And then you don't have to miss yourself.
Why is your
because
entire
you're right there.
gallery just photos of you?
Because this is
Because I have no friends.
There's like hundreds of photos of just yourself. Oh, that one's naked. Yeah, let's show that to everyone.
No! I mean, you could just Google me. Hi! So my drink is empty?
Yeah, let's keep it that way for a little bit.
Do you guys have any other last-minute questions? Anything you want to chat about? Anyone want to propose to someone in the comments? I don't know. Is that a thing people do?
In Australia, they can do it now.
Yeah, way to plug that. Speaking of plugs, today's sponsor is... No.
Kaka! Is that today's safe word? What's today's safe word?
Oh.
Kaka! Obviously.
I feel like if that was today's safe word, we would have ended this scene about 20 times.
How about apple cake?
Apple crumble. That's what you mean.
German apple kuchen.
Bless you. So anyway,
Thank you.
today's safe word is...
Apfelkuchen.
Oh, it's cacao. People say, but I want to see Eric naked. Bolt went to his parents' house. I wish I had more pup friends. Let's go make some friends online. If there are any other questions, though, I guess we'll just end on a high note.
Is this a high note?
Well, I'm going to call it one.
It's a high note. Here, give me a high. No? Puppy.
Oh.
Yeah, we got to do it all together. What is wrong with you?
It's us. Okay, try it again.
Kaka!
I can't.
My poor parents.
Who is Eric? Exactly.
That's
I
a
ask
good
myself
question.
that every day.
That's a very good question.
Who is Eric?
Where did
Whatever
you come
happened
from?
to Monday?
Didn't we watch that last night?
Yeah, I know. It's kind of the same
that
joke.
was awful.
Terrible.
So I'll cut this out probably when it gets posted for real. But we watched this Netflix movie last night. It was Netflix original movie or something.
Yeah.
It's called
Whatever
What Happened on Monday. It was really weird.
Yeah.
I know that you fell asleep, and I fell asleep at the end too.
I fell asleep before you guys chose a movie because it
What
was...
Well, you
What
fell
happened
asleep.
on Monday?
I don't know because you both fell asleep and you rolled over the remote 15 minutes till the movie ended.
You're welcome.
Are you
like-
blaming
And I
the
couldn't
puppy?
figure out how to get the movie back on, and I was too tired, so I was like...
I think he's
don't know.
blaming the
That's
puppy.
fine. That's fine. You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks. It probably got me out of the movie.
So we hope you guys are having a wonderful Thanksgiving. We'll probably do another one of these around the holiday time.
Oh, Christmas.
Yeah,
We'll do a Christmas
we'll do
one.
a Christmas special with Santa Claus and reindeer.
And Sandy Claus.
I just said Santa Claus.
I said Sandy Claus.
All right, so with that, thank you all for joining What's the Safe Word.
But it's still Santa Claus.
All right, I'm getting apple
No, that's
Mr.
actually
Sully.
he
How do we
was
get out of
Santa
here?
Claus in that as well.
No, I know he was Santa Claus, but didn't they call him Sandy
Are
Claus?
we having our first fight here on a live stream?
No.
I didn't know, but I'm in the middle and I feel very
seriously-
uncomfortable.
I'm seriously confused.
No, Santa Claus in The Nightmare Before Christmas is still Santa Claus. They just called him Sandy Claus because
Right.
they didn't understand that his name was Santa Claus.
Right.
So his name is actually Weihnachtsmann? But
What?
nobody's paying attention.
If you want to find me on Twitter, I'm pup_amp. If you want to find Eric, you are...
At Eric Paul Loya.
It'll
You're
be in the
welcome.
comments. And if you want to follow Christopher...
I'm at Christopher Weston.
I'm at Christopher at Risk.
And I'll see you guys next time. I don't know if they'll be here, but...
No.
Bye!
Bye! Kaka!
Jesus Christ.
Is this a magnet?
Yeah, that's the magnet for the back of the
my
box.
God.
Does this hold on your
It's
nose?
like-
It doesn't hold on your nose.
ADHD.
Ow!
Stopping this now.
Apfelkuchen!
Ah!